I helped get my wife's boss fired. So this is a story about how my wife and I got her boss fired. For reference, my wife will be called Mary and her boss is Karen. I know, original, right? TL, doctor at bottom. So Mary started working for a college 5 years ago as an administrative assistant. She was given odd-and-end tasks, one of which was writing up the school handbook. She noted in the handbook that staff were required to take time for professional development. After some years and a few promotions, she lands a manager position in the department and spearheads an initiative to have all staff under her have approved time to attend professional development conferences. Karen always rejected this idea, but Mary decided one day to go to Karen's boss, we will call Bob. Bob is great. Once Mary has enough weight in the college, she went around Karen and got Bob to approve conferences for everyone in the department. For the next year or so, everyone got to choose any conference around the continental USA to attend on the company's dime. Everyone would come back with notes taken at every session attended, attached with a conference itinerary, and given to their direct superior as proof of attendance. The employee would also present key points learned from their conference at a weekly departmental meeting. Pretty simple morale boosting opportunity until someone had to abuse it. Karen had been bragging to other department directors, as well as to Mary, about swimming with dolphins during her recent travel to a conference. Mary didn't think much of it, as usually there was sometimes a free morning or afternoon to do with as you please at these conferences. My wife told me this during our nightly pillow talk, and having been raised in Orlando, where Karen decided to attend a conference, my head popped up, and I asked where? Mary replied with a well-known location run by a well-known company with a whale for a logo. I quickly replied that they close at 5:30. When did Karen have time for this? Mary, who had access to Karen's itinerary, dropped her jaw when she realized the conference Karen attended did not have free time during the business hours of the dolphin swimming experience. Mary went into an enraged clerical fury as she pulled up Karen's full travel itinerary for flight, hotel, conference, and other reimbursements. The school does most departmental work online, and therefore the school's server can be accessed remotely from secured or approved devices, like Mary's phone. She also checked the website where Karen went swimming at to confirm hours of operation. According to the records submitted, there was no way Karen had time to swim with dolphins during the experience's normal business hours without missing part of this conference, and according to Karen's itinerary she was supposed to have attended all sessions. Mary worked hard to have the privilege to travel the country to attend conferences, and Karen just fucked it all up. Mary eventually wrote all of this up, attached the itinerary documents, attached photos of the encounter, and apparently from other theme parks that Karen had neglected to mention, from social media, attached the hours of operation, and sent this all to Bob. Mary texted me about an hour after she got to work the next day saying Bob was livid. He was currently in the process of questioning everyone Karen had bragged to see if the stories all matched up. A few days later, Karen was fired from the company for only attending one session of the 3-day conference, lying about her report filed, using company funds for travel, hotel and food, to go play at theme parks, and for submitting a time card to get paid while doing all of that. Although Mary's name was anonymous through all of this, Karen seemed to blame Mary anyways. Karen sent mean and dark texts to Mary several times until the school could send a cease and desist. Worse of all, I guess Karen's husband was a deadbeat, so not only did Karen have to trade in her massive sub for a smaller vehicle, she had also just signed on a new house only days before she was fired and now had no income to support the said home. I'm not completely cynical, people shouldn't be homeless. But Karen had also taken credit for a lot of Mary's work, made Mary do Karen's workload, while Karen went AFK, and many other instances of foul play I can't remember, because there's so much pillow talk. Needless to say, Karen reaped what she sowed. TL. Doctor, I suggested to my wife the idea that her boss used company funds to go on vacation. I was right, and my wife reported the boss, resulting in an embarrassing termination. Love it when slackers and credit takers get their comeuppance, and this Karen was both. Companies work hard on their image. For someone like her to waste money made from the company just to hang out with some dolphins isn't okay. How can she live with herself knowing that? I'm 100% certain she has no problem living with herself, and no problem telling her friends and potential employers a story about how she is the victim in all of this. It just goes hand in hand with this kind of behavior.